Hey guys, welcome back for another episode of Firestorm at Home. I am Coach Freelove, and I am just getting my hair tied up, getting ready for our strength workouts today. As you guys can see, I have moved all the furniture out of my space here. I'm closing this so you guys can hear me nice and clear. And as like I just said, I've got all my space ready for today's workout. Now today it is strength and conditioning. We are going to be focusing mostly on our core strength and core building. But just like in every other class, we're going to start with a little bit of mobility and warm up just to get ourselves going so that we can approach this workout for this next hour the right way and take care of our body appropriately. Now, I do have my buddy Artemis here and my little lady Midna there. Little cute cats hanging out, running around. Hopefully they don't get in my way, but many of you have at-home obstacles like pets or children or parents, whatever it is. That being said, just please be mindful and respectful of the space that you're in while you're doing your workouts for today. So I've moved all of my furniture, like I said. I've got both my chairs and my tables out of my living room space, and I've got plenty of room for me. Now, most of our workouts today, when we first start, are going to be laying down workouts. So you're going to need at the very least, really, you. As far as the space that you take up, you'll need you space. So I'm going to go on ahead and stand in the center of that space, fairly wide, good posture, chin is up, chest is up, nice and strong. Nice deep breath in here through our nose, and out through our mouth. Very nice. Let's do 2 more deep breaths just like that together, in and out, nice and long, deep breath. Once more. Very good stuff, guys. Now, oxygenating that blood is important. We're going to keep that going, so keep breathing the whole time. We're going to take our hands, put them firmly behind our back, keep our posture nice and strong, and chin goes to one shoulder. It's going to then drop down and roll across the chest and up to the opposite shoulder. We're going to do that and continue to do so back and forth. Nice. And always mindful of that breathing, guys. In through the nose, out through the mouth. That is my preferred breathing method, but it's obviously not the only breathing method. So, all right, guys, we're going to go ahead and stop with those half circles and release the arms from behind our back. Now, starting with a backwards shoulder shrug or a backwards shoulder circle. So, big lift up. Not just the shoulder, but also using the shoulder blades, so that big giant bone in the back of the shoulder over here. We're going to lift all of that up. And then do our backwards rolls. Very good stuff, yes. It's almost like your shoulders are touching your earlobe. We're going to go the opposite direction now. I was going backwards. Now I'm going to lift back up to that shrug and go forwards all the way around. Very good stuff. Nice. Neck and shoulders are starting to get a little bit warmer. And we're going to move out into this nice wide T pose with our arms. We're going to go from T pose to cactus arms and all the way around following that same direction. Keep your posture. Try and keep your elbows up and in good height with your shoulder. And like I've mentioned in some of my previous parkour episodes, if you guys have a reflective surface, like I've got mirrors here, my microwave over there, if you have a reflective surface where you can kind of check yourself, check the quality of your movement, make sure, oh, my elbow is not dropping, oh, my elbow is actually up, and I can see that I'm able to leave it nearly in place by using those reflective surfaces. You can also break form a little and look at yourself and see if your elbow is dropping. So always check yourself. we're going to go the opposite direction with our lateral arm circle. So we were coming in towards our head, and we're going to go out away from our head. Continue with that direction. Try and keep those elbows up. Very good stuff. Nice job, guys. Go ahead and drop those arms, and we're going to give ourselves just a few little hugs. So swing those arms back and forth. Give yourself a little bit of a hug. And we're going to grab our hands together, just like so. Really tightly squeeze them together and roll out your wrist. Don't forget, we like to roll out our wrists and our ankles, our knees, our whole body, really stretch both directions, both sides. So opposite direction. Everyone's got to get their workout in. Cats just work out a little differently. All right, good stuff with the wrist. Check out the hands side to side. Flap the hands up and down. Nice. All right, upper body is taken care of for the most part with the exception of our torso. So we're going to take a slightly wider stance than before. I like to go about 2 times my width. And we're going to do a nice, slow, controlled torso twist here. Going all the way over and all the way back. Just like so. Nice, slow and controlled muscular twist. And we're going to stop there in the center. We're going to add our arm power to that, drive through it with a little bit more speed, and our momentum twist. Keep that wide placement. Keep those feet planted firmly. Try not to let them pick up off the floor. Twist. And don't forget to keep breathing. I like to inhale and exhale with rhythm as I move. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Just kind of trying to rhythmically move and breathe at the same time to work together, or to make those 2 parts work together rather, to benefit you. So let's finish our last few of our torso twists. Very good stuff. And we're going to move down the torso a little bit further into the hips, where we can keep that wide stance and do a few hip circles here. Just a little hip circle. Isolate the spine as best as possible. Try not to let it move. If you want to, you can even widen your stance a little bit more. I'm at closer to 3 times my shoulder width now, but I'm not in a split, just in the straddle. Wide straddle though it may be. And opposite direction for your hip circles. Very good stuff, guys. Nice. And we are going to go on ahead and keep this wide straddle. We're going to squat just a little bit, bend. I like to take my hands, turn them down onto the inside of my knee like so. And now I can push my knees out while squatting my hips down, sinking my hips back towards the wall behind me, right? Sink the hips back, push the knees open. Nice deep breath. And out. We're going to go one side, then the other, just slightly dropping from lunge to lunge. Just working through the hip and the knee, just mobilizing those 2 joints a little bit more. Very nice. Stay in that nice low squat. Chest up nice and tall, nice and straight. Now hands for support. Reach straight up. And stand straight up, nice and tall. Very good stuff. Go ahead and bring the legs back together. We're going to do a few knee circles. So feet and knees are together. Squat down nice and low. And swing the knees around in a nice circular motion. Almost as if you can bring your knees around your toes.
Nice. And don't forget opposite direction as well. Nice. Good. I can feel my knees nice and mobilized now. I'm going to stand in place, shake them out just a little bit. Kind of pumping my heel up off the ground and back into the ground, alternate. Just to kind of additionally mobilize my knee and my ankle. Very good stuff, guys. Now, last thing we're going to do is a little bit of an ankle mobility sort of dealie. We're actually going to take a seat for our ankle rolls. So I'm going to get on down nice and low, top squat. We'll take a seat rather. I'm going to put both legs straight out. I'm going to pop one up and over the top and I'm going to ankle roll, similar to how we would do at the end of class. But now what I'm going to do is actually use my hand to try and restrict my foot a little bit. And then I'm going to manually roll my ankle with a little bit of resistance that's created from my hand. So I am not grinding my foot around. Instead, I am almost trying to hold my foot lightly in place and then use all of this cool calf muscle here to force my foot to draw its circle while it has some additional resistance. This creates a good sense of warm-up and mobility in the ankle. And so I'm rolling that ankle in both directions, but again, almost as if my foot is heavy, right? It's heavy by exactly one hand's weight. So I'm just adding a little bit of resistance to that ankle roll. And just mobilizing that ankle. And we're going to switch to the opposite one. And then we're actually going to stay down nice and low for us to get started on our warm-up portion of class. So keep that, again, slight bit of resistance, slight bit of pressure. Almost as if I was pulling my foot that way with my calf, trying to push my foot over there, I'm slightly pulling on it with my hand. Not to the point where my foot can't do its job, just making that job a little bit more challenging to complete. Nice, and breathing too that whole time. And moving that foot not just one direction, not just up and down, but up, down, side to side, and around with the additional resistance of that hand and the arm's weight. Nice. All right, ankles are mobilized. Blood is now supposed to get flowing through the body. So we are going to flip over into a push-up position. We're going to do a few shoulder touches, and then we're going to do a few knee touches. So from this tilted, more diagonal view, you guys should be able to see my push-up position, nice and strong and flat. I'm going to go shoulder touches. And if you need to, you can widen your feet a little bit, but don't put your hips back. Try and keep your hips down. Okay, guys? Try not to let your body wobble too much. Isolate your body, keep it in place as best as possible. Good. Now I said we're going to go from shoulder touches to knee touches. And just like I'm going one hand to opposite shoulder, I'm now going to go one hand to opposite knee. And there's a little bit of fold in the body, a little bit of hip raise in the body. I'm going to turn to a full profile view so you guys can see some of that a little bit more. So I'm here. Good. And rest. Woo. Nice. I'm feeling pretty warm. Got my blood flowing, and I know I'm ready for all of my cool core workouts that I'm going to do today. Again, I don't have a mat right now. However, if you guys are on hard floor, hardwood, tile, you'll probably want some sort of mat. I know that we're also going to be sweating today, So if you guys are on your carpet and you don't want to get your sweat dripped onto your carpet, mat is a good way to catch that as a buffer, so you don't make your carpet smell all musty or sweaty like you, or me rather, when you're working out and you start to get some body odor going. So if you have your mat, it will help to protect that space. Either way, best go get some water, go get your mat, clear out your space, and we're gonna come right on back in just a moment. Oh, Artemis. Oh. Woo. Get my sip of water real quick. Alright guys, so we are back and we got rid of Artemis. I'm afraid that I'm honestly going to end up squishing him or something. He may end up attacking me on accident because he thinks it's playtime. Here he comes back. But we're going to go ahead and get into our workouts. Like I said, primarily starting with a few laying down workouts. One of our previous core days, we've done this workout before. It's called a hollow body rocker. So for those of you that don't know, there are two major body positions that we use for most of our workouts. And hollow is where we are rounded to the front. Arch is where we are rounded to the back. Right? So, excuse me. For our hollow body rocker, we're going to start by sitting up. That's what I like to engage in this workout. I'm going to get my arms up as an extension of my spine. And I'm going to fall back into a hollow. And as I get right to the end of that hollow, I squeeze through my lower half, my mid-torso, and my thighs, and I straighten out into that extended, almost banana shape. And I hold it. And then I rock back and forth, heels to hands. Just like that. So our hollow body rocker is a pretty good and fun workout in that sense, but you really want to imagine yourself as one strong, straight, or fairly straight, rigid piece of person. You don't want to be spread out, or you don't want to be folding at the waist trying to get the rock to happen. You actually want to squeeze, stay tight through the center of the waist so that the rock will happen. So, those are our hollow body rockers. Not too bad, right? Good. Now, we're going to flip over onto our stomach, talk about our next three movements. Excuse me. We're going to go over all three of them at once, but when we incorporate them into our first part of our workout today, we're going to explain that just a little bit more. So laying flat on my stomach, I'm going to reach out. And this first one I call Superman. I feel like most people do. It's where you taking your toes and your knees up off the ground with straight legs, squeezing to keep your legs straight. And additionally, you're bringing your whole arm up off the ground like so. Like we are Superman flying through the air. If you want, you can ball your fists. Playfully go one arm in and one arm out. But I like two arms because this is a good sense of symmetry, right? I'm working both halves of my body the right way. So our Superman lift would be from a straight extension, straight out like so, and up. So those are our Superman lifts. Now, our next one is going to be what I refer to as a Batman lift. So instead of lifting straight in front, we're going to hold on to the ends of our cape and lift our wings and our cape out sideways, like so. And so now I'm in this big wide set, sort of flying position, where I've got my arms out and off to the side, which requires a sense of stability and strength in a different part of my back, shoulder, and actually my chest as well. So we have Supermans, and we have Batmans, and we have Ironmans, where our arms are straight down back behind us. And when we lift up, it is almost entirely a lift through the torso, not really driving back or up with my arms like I am in my previous two lifts. My arms are just backing up already. They may feel like they help a little bit, like I squeeze to bring my chest up, but I am really elongating my upper abdomen and contracting my mid-back in order to create this lift. So, hollow body rockers, Supermans, Batmans, and Ironmans. Only 4 movements, but we're going to be putting them together in good unison in just a moment. So, get yourself centered in your space. Catch your breath, nice deep breath. Excuse me. And I want you guys to go on ahead and try and follow along with me as we switch from position to position. Listen and follow. We're going to start with the hollow body rocker. So sitting up and ready, then down and go. We're going to hollow body rock for a moment. Keep it going. Squeeze tight through the whole body. And 3, 2, 1. Flip over to your stomach. Superman lifts. Go. You guys got it. Just keep breathing. At this point, it may be challenging to breathe in the nose and out the mouth. So if you're only mouth breathing, that's okay. Just a few more. 3, 2, 1. Last one. Good. Flip back over. We're going to go back to hollow body rockers. Ready? And go. Come on, guys, just a few more. Readjust if you're moving. I know I am. 3, 2, 1. Good. And now, flip back over. Time for our Batmans. And maybe you guys can now see the pattern. So I flipped over, back to stomach, and Batmans go. Readjust if you're sliding, adjust as you need to. And keep it going. Just a few more. 3, 2, 1. Catch yourself. Flip back over. That's right, hollow bodies, and then, you guessed it, Ironman's last. So, lay back nice and flat. Rock. Hollow body. Stop it, both of you. 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness. Last part of the set. That's right, I said set like it's multiple. Stomach down, hands back, and Ironman's go. Oh, yes, my abs and my back. Oh, what good burn. 3, 2, 1. Rest. So, coach, that was a lot. Yeah, I know. It was a lot. It's supposed to be. Your core is one of your biggest muscle groups. It's not just your front. Whenever I say core, a lot of times people are, I got super cool six-pack abs. Like, but your back and your sides are a part of your core. So, I want you all at home to know that. Take that into consideration. We talk about a core day, and you're feeling some of your workout in your back. Sometimes it's because your back is a part of your core of your being, right? So, woo! We're just gonna take another few deep breaths here. I feel so much of my upper abdomen and my elongated abdomen into my chest, my lower back actually right above my hips. I feel a lot of that burning there, so I'm gonna take a second, sit myself up nice and straight. We can do crisscross applesauce, catch our breath for a moment. A few nice deep breaths. Oh, man, excuse me. Seems like I've got a little bit of a cough today. I'm sorry, everyone. Now, we are just finishing our first set and our moment of rest. We're going to jump right on in there, do a whole second set of what we just did. So, if you had some trouble, maybe take a slightly longer pause here, and then we're going to jump right on back in there. Starting with those hollow body rockers in that seated position. Remember, we go hollow body, then we go Superman, then back to hollow body, then we go Batman, back to hollow body for our last with our Iron Man. So, 6 parts of this movement. That's it. I hope you're ready. On your mark, get set, and rock. And keep breathing and not bumping into your pets. Good, and 3, 2, 1. Flip over.
He was trying to figure out how to cuddle with you.
Oh my goodness, Superman's. Let's go. Unfortunately, he can't cuddle me now.
He was gonna find a way.
He's gonna attack me. Kill. Good kill. Good command. 3, 2, 1. It's taking that. I'm joking. All right. Sit on up. Get ready. We're a third of the way through. Hollow bodies. Set. And go. Three, 2, 1. Sit on up, flip back over. Time for our Batmans. Arms out to the side, and go. I feel the burn. I hope you all do too. That's 3, 2, 1. Hollow bodies one more time, and then Ironmans. We get a water break and some rest. That's gonna be so good. All right, set, rock. Constantly breathing, guys. In the nose, out the mouth. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Last part is our Iron Man. Let's flip it over. And ready, set, go. Come on, guys, let's go. Let's get it. Few more. Come on. Ah, yeah. Three, two, one. Well. Yep. So it's about time for some water. Hope you guys are ready for it. I know I am. Woo! Hydrate, guys. We're only halfway through. Come on back to the second half. All right, so, Coach, I'm tired. That's right. Good. Me too. So, we are going to continue with being tired and also continue with our workout. Neither of those things are going to stop just yet. We have worked both the front and the back of our core fairly substantially in just these few movements that we've already done. We're going to expand upon that by working on the sides of our core. Primarily, people refer to your abs on the side here as your obliques, and that is fairly accurate. That's what we're going to be targeting primarily. Now, I'm going to be doing just a basic side-to-side crunch, and then a few side planks, and finishing it off with a few of these upright twisted crunches. I think you guys are going to get a real big kick out of. But that does mean, however, that more of our workout is going to be laying down. And if you guys are in an uncomfortable space, it's just going to make it very challenging. So if you need a mat, do put a mat down. This is your chance. If you do the first half class, you're like, I didn't need a mat. Now you're at the end of it, and you're like, you know, I'm a little bit sore, a little bit tender from rolling around on the floor. Maybe I need a mat. If you guys need it, go ahead and grab one for yourself. I'm going to continue with just my carpet now. So, if you have a wall, and this is my improvised wall, or you have something like a couch or a chair, or you can wedge your feet under the edge of it when you do your crunches, something like that is always, always super helpful. The other option is you can have a sibling or a family member stand or step on your toes and your feet. The idea here is to pin your feet in place as best as possible. You're also going to want to try and pin your hips in place as best as possible. So, I'm going to go ahead and get started with my laying down portion of the second half of the workout. Again, with those side-to-side crunches for the obliques like I was saying. So, going ahead, get next to your wall. If you have your wall, we're going to squat down and get nice and low, pin our toes to the wall. Excuse me. So, I've got my toes pinned and pressed towards the wall. The other thing that you're going to want to do, like I said, keep your hips in towards your heels, fairly close. Now I'm going to lay down fairly flat on my back. And for my side-to-side crunch, the only thing that I want up off the ground is going to be your head and your shoulders, maybe your hand and your arm. So instead of dragging it here like so, going side to side, I'm going to lift all of that. You guys can see there's a big difference between here and here with just my head, and here with my shoulders and my arms as well. So those three different stages of lift. Fully resting, head, shoulder, arm. And now, I'm ready to go in and do my side-to-side crunches with my heel touches. Now, for this movement specifically, you guys are definitely going to want to keep a solid pace We're going to be in here for an extended period of time, working on our endurance and also working on some of that. Oh my goodness. And also working on some of that core toning or that oblique toning. So get head up, shoulders and arms, and go and breathe. And try to focus primarily on your breathing, keeping yourself pinned in place, not letting yourself slide. Excuse me. Whew. I know the first half of that workout definitely has the front of my abs sore. I feel that in here as I'm doing these side-to-side crunches. But my goal here, like I said just a moment ago, really focus on your breathing. In the nose and out the mouth. Keep the shoulders and the head up. But try and make the fact that you're doing a side-to-side crunch, try and make that almost a background action. Don't even think about it. Just let your body do it. And if you have slid, like I have slid away from my heels a little bit, just take a second, pause, readjust. This is not a rest, it's a readjustment, and get back in there. Ah, much better. You'll start to feel this in your upper end of your back, in your neck, and in your traps. That's a good thing. Gonna get a little bit of soreness there. That soreness should again be building in the front of the abdomen as well as on the sides of it. If you're not feeling your crunch on the side of your abdomen in here, there are two things that you can do that will help you to increase this. One of those things would be to add some weight to your chest. If you guys had, I don't know, like a weighted backpack or something that you could put down, you can add weight. Or, more simply, you can also increase your reach. And I'm not reaching for my heel now, but if I was reaching for my toe, you guys would see it requires a significantly greater amount of crunch on the side of the body. And that's what we're trying to do, is crunch the oblique. So, let's keep it going. And with these bigger reaches, it's almost like I'm accidentally walking my body away, as you guys can see. So this is why having the wall or the couch, or even a sibling, some weight on your feet to hold you in place can really help make that difference. Keep it going. I know, like I said, extended period of time, doing our side-to-side crunch. Now let's give it like another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and rest. Woo! I don't know about you guys, but I sure feel it. It's a good feeling. I really don't want to rest for too long, or else I know that my body will not want to start back up again. So you guys don't rest for too long. We're gonna jump right on back in there, not with our side-to-side crunch, but instead with very specifically an upper ab crunch. So many people do that crunch where they're sitting up and their chest goes all the way up to their knees and they come back down. That's not wrong. That's not what we're doing right now. Right now, we're going to isolate this end of the workout, or this part of the workout, in the upper abdomen, just like we did with that upper abdomen hold and those tilts. We're hitting the upper half of the abs. So I'm going to keep myself pinned to that wall, pinned into it, next to it, near it, and then I am just going to slide my hands forward. Now I am in the flat and rested position, where my head is down, but I'm going to pick my head up, and then curl in, but I'm not adding the momentum of my head to my curl. It is not a momentum-based action. It is a physical workout. So, slow, muscular contraction, and release. on each half of that. Going into full resting position, head engaged, crunch, rest, rest, up, up, rest, rest, up, up, rest, rest. And I already feel that in just those top 2 or top 4 abs, right? Good. Up, up, rest, rest. Continue with that and at about that rate if you can. Slow but consistent and strong to a T. Every part of your movement is started and stopped because that's where you want it to be. Right? I'm not throwing my head up and back. That can be a very damaging time for your neck, for your head. So, again, slow engage, slow release, slow release. Up and up, down and down. 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 Just a few more like this. I know it's very exhausting, it's kind of slow, it's almost boring. Don't worry, the next workout will be a little bit more entertaining, I promise. So up and up, then down and down. Up and up and 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 down and down. Woo! So upper ab crunch. I really feel that burn, especially in those slow, methodical lifts. If I'm rushing through the movement, it's a lot easier to kind of get it done, but you don't get as much effect or result. So now, still staying down fairly low, the next thing that we're going to do is another sort of oblique crunch. Now for this one, instead of targeting the upper half of the abdomen, I'm primarily going to be targeting the lower half of the abdomen. You'll feel this towards the mid as well. I'm going to be sitting essentially in my pike, leaning over to one side, catching myself with my hands and my forearm to rest. And now you guys can see my upper body is very twisted, but both of my legs are still flat on the ground. Both of my buttocks are still pressed into the floor. And now from here, I'm going to crunch in this very twisted upper body position. Just like so. Now if you have a wall next to you, that you can put that wall in front of you to help you not fall over, because you want to try and keep your chest up and open. I don't want to be down here doing this crunch. Okay guys, so keep your chest up and open. Like I said, if you have a wall next to you, you can use the wall to help you stay up and in that position. But now I'm trying to bring that crunch, right, hips down and knees towards my armpit. Like so. So I'm going to go ahead and turn back to my original position so you guys can see. It's almost like I'm reaching down towards the outside of that hip. Emphasizing that that crunch is on that back side of that elevated arm. Right? I hope that makes sense to everyone. We're going to try a few of them on our opposite side before we really get into it, just like we did the previous workouts. Just kind of make sure you know what you're doing, iron out all your kinks. Hips, heels, everything is down. Good. Turn, catch, and right? Just like that. So you're going to feel this, again, towards the mid a little, but you should feel this down above your hip and the lower half of your abdomen, your obliques, off to the sides. So we're going to do this. Woo, we're running low on time. We're going to do this just one more time. Let's say we go at our own pace for just a few moments, not any number of sets or reps. I want you guys to go at your own pace, do your own number of reps for a duration of time, we'll say. Let's go for a couple of minutes on each side. About a minute, rest, then a minute on either side. Okay guys? So reset and go for it. Guys, it is definitely not an easy process what we're in the middle of. So keep that in mind, that when it starts to burn or starts to hurt, slow down, but don't rest entirely, okay? Maybe slow down your pace a little bit, 1 or 2 crunches, picking up the pace a little bit more when you've got the energy for it. But if you ain't got the energy, then breathe and lift and set and lift, and make it a slow thing that you are pacing up gradually and are set on this idea of bettering yourself, right? I need to be stronger. I need to be better. I need to be the best me I can be. And I feel like everyone should have that mentality. Good. Just a minute. We're going to rest. And we're going to switch to our opposite side. That, again, that rest is a brief rest. It doesn't need to be a big old long crazy rest. So, I'm going to switch over. Set myself up. Make sure that my form and my posture are appropriate. And go. Don't worry guys, we're almost to our water break. Like I said, getting a little exhausted, it's getting a little bit more stressful or straining. Rest a little, slow the rate down. Don't like stop to rest. Just, don't put your pedal on the metal so hard, metal to the pedal. Just a few more moments. Good. Woo! Now, we can take an actual rest. That's right, an actual rest. You guys, go ahead. If you need to, go get a quick sip of water. I know I'm pretty parched. I'm going to need that water for myself. So I'll see you in just a moment. All right, my lovely audience. Guys, ow, right? Am I right? Can I get an ow? Thank you. That was, well, maybe not exactly the most easy workout you've ever done. I know it's not the easiest workout I've ever done. It was about 40 minutes of abs. It's a lot of abs, guys. Like, just is. Now, and again, I should rephrase. Not just abs. Back as well. Like I said earlier, your core was the focus of today. Core is front, sides, and back of the body. So as long as you guys have addressed all of those areas with your workout today, then that would mean that you have had a great and successful workout. Now, I'm going to go on ahead and take a seat. You guys go on ahead and come on down with me. So, our first few stretches are going to be for our back. As you can imagine, it's going to need a little bit of good release. You guys may not know, lactic acid seeps into your muscles, and it makes you feel sore and sad, and it helps to make tomorrow a harder day. That's what the lactic acid really does. When we stretch, we push a bunch of good blood flow through the body, and it helps to force that lactic acid out of the muscles, the lactic acid out of the muscles, helps to alleviate some of that sense of soreness, and it only really works if you stretch post-workout. So I know I don't want my abs to be sore, so I'm going to stretch them out. I'm going to sit here for my Hollywood stretch. Both legs are straight out in front. I'm going to cross one over the top. I'm going to put my hand to the opposite side of that knee and twist away from it. Very good stuff. Now, switch to your opposite side for your Hollywood twist. Very good stuff, guys. Go ahead and come on out of those twists. We're going to continue with a few more laying stretches on the floor, and again, still emphasizing the fact that we're stretching out our lower back and our torso as a whole. We're going to go into our child's pose. My knees will be apart, my feet will be towards each other a little. Something like so. I'm going to sink my hips back towards my heels, and though this may be a hip stretch, when you lay your chest flat into the floor, you should feel a little bit of that stretch in your back as well. Yep. Child's pose. And come on out, chest up, bring the feet and the knees together. We're actually going to slide them straight back. Only one of them though. I'm going to leave one up in front of my body just like so. And then I'm going to cross that leg in the front, doing my pigeon stretch. So the leg crosses into the front. So now I'm in my pigeon. And from here, I'm actually going to twist even further by doing a reach under from pigeon. And reset. We're going to slide ourselves back up, switch legs, slide back down, leg crosses body to pigeon. So you guys can see my leg is across my body in that pigeon. And now from here, I'm going to reach under. Oh man, so good, so stretchy. And come on up and out, reset in a table position. From table, we're going to go big hollowed spine, big essentially cat. And then we're going to go the opposite, arch our spine and point our hips up to the sky. Point our chest out to the wall in front of us. And we go into a cow position, almost like our belly is hanging low like a cow's udders. So we're going to go big, tall cat back, like the stereotype of the black cat on Halloween, scared on the fence. Big, tall back, and then cow belly, right? So it's a cat's back and a cow's belly. And you can think about it like that for your cat-cows. Now we're going to go into what I refer to as our cat stretch. So from this table position, we're going to bring our chest down to the floor, hands go out. We're going to stretch our upper and mid back and shoulders. Very good stuff. Good job, guys. And we're going to go ahead and lay down nice and flat. Put our hands under our chest and lift our chest up for a seal stretch, or sea line, or ceiling stretch, or however you would prefer to name this movement. But either way, we're doing it. Lower here, I'm just going to roll my neck out a few times, each direction. And if you guys have got, a spot of greater tension, where it's like, oh, my neck really needs a roll out right here, stay on that spot for a little bit longer. Good. And come back up to table. We're going to go ahead and take a seat on our bottom. And we're going to lay down flat on our back. From there, we're going to reach our arms out like a T pose. Just like so. We're going to take one leg up into the air. Cross the body with that leg. With that hand that matches that side, you can grab that knee and pull that knee in. Bring that knee over to where your hand was. Try and keep your opposite shoulder down on the floor. Physically going in there and grabbing into the side of my knee here like so. Grabbing in and pulling that knee up and over, but squeezing in my back to keep my shoulder and my back on the floor. Release and readjust on the opposite side. So here I am in that T pose. Leg is going to come up and over. It's going to bend a little. Grab it with that arm and twist the back out. Keep that opposite shoulder down on the floor. Very good stuff, guys. And go ahead, sit on up. Woo! We did it, team. Strength and conditioning class is just about all done for today. Coach is very proud of you. You worked hard. I at least hope you worked hard. And you guys, get the benefit out of your workout if you did work hard. So, good job to you guys. It's important to stay hydrated. It is very, very warm, especially where we're at here in Moreno Valley, California. It's very hot and sunny and warm. And the inside of your body, you start losing all that moisture. So go get a big, gigantic drink of water, hydrate, stretch up some more if you guys need it. And if you're interested for some more workouts today, then I'll see you back here from 3 to 4 o'clock for our parkour. That's going to be very exciting. It's going to be parkour episode 22. Oh my goodness. So much is going on. And if parkour is not quite your scene, that's okay. You guys don't have to work out with us for parkour tonight. You can instead check us out for Acro Flex tomorrow in the morning, as well as Little Heroes. That's going to be Acro Flex with Summer tomorrow morning, and following that will be Little Heroes with me. So you guys, you have a lot to look forward to this rest of this week here, just leading up to the weekend. We look forward to seeing you guys and your lovely faces in our businesses as soon as they're allowed to open up. So we'll see you guys soon, and until then, we'll see you on the stream. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.